Hello, and welcome to Tales from the Underroom, where we sit in a room and tell tales of fabled heroes and horrible, horrible monsters. Join us today as we start in our first season, The Room of the Frost Maiden. So, allow me to introduce our crew. Over here we have Jonas, Nick, Beth, Dane, Ralph, and myself, the DM, Tim. So, let's go ahead and get right into it. On the northern end of the great continent of Faerun, there lies a great frozen expanse known as the Icewindale. Once upon a time, a great hero named Drizzt wandered these lands. He and his merry band of misfits brought swift justice in their own unorthodox way to many great evils that attempted to hide away in the ice and dark. But that was a long time ago. 200 years, in fact. And no more heroes call the Icewindale home. The Icewindale has become trapped in a perpetual winter. Ferocious blizzards make the mountain pass through the spine of the world exceedingly treacherous, and this land has not felt the warmth of the sun in over 2 years. In fact, the sun no longer appears over the mountains at all, not even what should be the height of summer. In this frozen tundra, darkness and bitter cold reign as king and queen. Most Dale residents blame Oriel the Frost Maiden, the god of winter's wrath. The shimmering aurora that weaves across the sky each night is said to be her doing, a potent spell that keeps the sun at bay. Dale folk live in a scattering of settlements known as tin towns, that drop off in caravans coming from the south, and travel between settlements is in this never-ending winter has left everyone feeling isolated. Although each town has resolved to appease the Frost Maiden with sacrifices of one kind or another, no respite from winter's fury seems forthcoming. For adventurers such as yourselves, Tin Towns is a place to test one's mettle, and in the spirit of heroes who have come before, leave one's mark on this frigid, blighted land. So our adventurers find themselves on the top of the spine of the world, making their way northwards on the Tin Trail, headed towards Bryn Shander, the first city that you reach inside the Icewindale. Zoria, a Goliath who has made her home in these mountains for many years, used to traveling the dark passes, leads travelers from the south to the north and sometimes back if they choose to leave the Icewindale. Today she has found herself with an odd group that are getting ready to set out on their last leg of the journey before they reach Bryn Shander. As they tear down camp in what is considered twilight, the brightest point of the day, while the sun never rises. At some points during the day, they get a little bit of a light as whatever spell is keeping the Icewindale in this never-ending darkness gives way for a short amount of time. So from the hours of 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., you get a little bit of light, which makes it ideal for travel. So at 10 a.m., you were breaking down camp and getting ready to leave. Zoria, as the leader of this first expedition, would you like to describe your character?
Yes. I am Zoria Mountainbearer. I hail from Warndung Crag, and I was born and bred in the harsh mountains of Icewindale. I travel up and down the spine frequently, and am pretty much their only lifeline at this point. I will be guiding you, and you must do as I say. I am very large. I am about 8 feet tall, 350 pounds. I have this awesome head of blonde white hair that is in 2 braids, and I am a druid, as you can tell by my wooden stick that I will use for bashing things.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Ripping up his tent with a righteous fury is Toric. Toric, how do you appear to this group?
I would appear respectful to my team. Stern, calm. No one's seen my face yet.
Are you
chainmail and helmet?
I was going to ask. So one thing with the height of these mountains and the cold weather, you are all wearing cold weather gear. is dense fur-lined coats and coverings. Most of your face is covered for most of the time, unless you chose to reveal it during camp. So right now, it could either be your helmet or face coverings.
Except for me. I do not need things as winter clothing. These are for the weak.
Correct. Oh, no.
But the chainmail and armor, obviously, accented with furs because of the environment, but also adorned with various holy symbols, passages, writs, wax seals, the usual.
Only the good stuff.
Specifically, only the lawful good stuff.
I have more weapons on me than any normal man. But I'm not a normal man. I don't fight normal things. But the most imposing weapon I own is a large stick with a large blade attached to the end of it. A poleaxe.
I was kind of hoping we were going to have a party where everyone just
Everyone
had wooden
has large
staffs.
sticks.
Just run up someone to death with a staff.
We're gonna need a lot of beers. Wizard staff.
Well, one end of it is a staff. So we can still do that.
That's true.
I'll just avoid the deathly end.
That can still be achieved.
Excellent. All right, and then Nurgle, the tiefling. Would you care to describe your character?
Yeah. So I'm sitting there, I'm sipping away at a little vial of something. You're not really sure what it is, but I've got my own holy symbols as well adorned on my shield. They're the symbols of Kelemvor, the god of death. I got some splint mail on that clashes a little bit. They're like the cold steel color clashes a little bit with my red visage. Got a couple horns poking out the top of my head that are a little darker at the base, and my hair is black as night, and a mustache dusts my upper lip.
Just a dust.
a little dusting of a bushy mustache.
Excellent.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Which brings us to Soren, the rogue.
Underneath a thick fur cloak, you see leather armor and a face mask covering medium-length black hair. And you swear you've seen a short sword at my side, but you're not sure what else lies beneath these fur.
Does your voice just like melt the snow around you with the charm?
God,
Does it?
Melted me.
Oh.
I sure hope so.
How do you think he's gotten here?
It's a good thing I haven't put on my codpiece today.
That's all you really see.
Okay. And then finally Flynn.
All right, so before I introduce myself, I'd like to think that everyone's by the campfire, and I actually get dropped off by a group of kind of shady-looking people, and they keep going on their way, and so I just kind of wave to them and say, "Thanks, guys! Really appreciate it! This is exactly what I needed. I'm so glad I had enough money to get here, though it did cost me everything. But that's okay. That's cool. Hi, my name's Flynn, and I'm obviously a halfling. So I have dark blonde, shaggy hair with blue eyes. I'm a little bit on the plucky side, some might say. I ain't clean shaven, though, because I can't grow a beard. Never could. I'm about 45 pounds wet. I typically wear basic leather armor and boots and wool pants. I've got a green cloak with a hood made by my mom. And it's got an embroidered emblem on it with my family crest, which is the squirrel. And I also carry a yikawa on my back that was given to me by my pop with a leather strap. And I got my trusty boomerang strapped to my belt. And that was also given to me by my pop. And I also wear a gold necklace that you can't see that because I got the furs and stuff because I can't survive up here without that. But yeah, that's me. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you.
Well met. How did you get here?
Oh, so I come from a place way back down south. It's called Sacomba. It's very, very nice, very temperate place. And unfortunately, I had to kind of spend all my money to get here. I didn't think it would cost me that much. In fact, Uncle Crust only said it was going to cost like 20 gold, and so they gave me 50 to survive. And but those nice fellows, they said it was about 50 gold to get here. So
Sounds
that's
like a steal.
that's where I am now.
You look a little cold. Let me see if I can whip something up for you. And take a bottle that has been kind of hidden behind me and pull it around in my tail and take in my hand, unscrew the top, produce a small glass from you're not really sure where, pour something clear in there and hand it to you.
Thank you. I
So it might burn a little bit, but it'll keep you warm.
Okay. Whoa! What was that?
Well, that's a secret, family secret right there. Afraid
Why?
I can't share the contents exactly.
My God, I want more of that. That's some good stuff.
Well, you don't have to ask twice. And I pour him another.
How large of a
He
shot are you pouring?
It's about a single.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not trying to kill this kid.
be wary, small one. That might help you grow beard.
My God, you're large.
Yes. Thank you.
Are there more of you around here like that?
Yes. Which is another reason why you would need me.
Oh, no, note to self. Note to self. There's some really big people around here.
And with that, you start off down the hillsides in towards Bryn Shander. As you start to move, the snowstorm that seems to be forever raging starts to pick up. Not to blizzard levels, but it is cold and biting to everyone but Zoria, who you watch as she just face tanks through this biting cold weather. Off in the distance, you hear howling. And at first, you think it's the familiar howling of wolves until you realize that they are deeper and more concerted. They have a very melancholy feel to them, but they're clearly being used to communicate. Zoria, you recognize this as a hunting pack of yetis traveling through the spine of the world. The Tin Trail is quite dangerous. While the travel has decreased, the predators have not so much. And they have started getting bolder, keeping pace of anyone traveling on the trail and the opportunity for new food. So you make your way quickly, not eager to confront a pack of yetis so early in the morning.
What time is it right now?
Right now it is 10 a.m. It's about 10.
So it's just now gotten to kind of dusk where you can see.
You can see pretty well, and to get down this last stretch, there's a couple of fairly steep declines and moments of treacherous footing and shale that breaks away underfoot. So it's important. Zoria made sure that you guys had as much light as possible to do this part. Zoria and Nurgle, you both see off the side of the trail a lump in the snow where something has fallen there recently and is starting to get piled up. Would you like to investigate it, or would you like to continue on?
I make no mention of this.
Okay.
I'm going to keep my eye out, but
Okay.
continue onward.
You pass by with no incident. You pass by with no incident.
Great session, everyone.
All right,
That's
you
it.
solved
That's the adventure. You have
solved
solved the rhyme of the Frost Maiden.
Oh, hell yeah.
You make your way on. As you continue, you spot two more mounds. This time everyone sees them. One is very close to the side of the trail. These have been there longer, though.
Hey, there's a lump. There's a lump in the snow.
I'm
Small
gonna go
one.
and poke it with my pole axe.
Do not poke anything.
I'm gonna go and poke it with my pole axe.
It does not move.
I'll fucking fight this kid.
Your
We're here for 2 seconds.
yeah, the shaft of your pole axe jams down into the snow, maybe 3-4 inches before hitting something hard. But nothing moves, nothing stirs.
I am gonna go over and dust it off with my stick. Gonna take my stick and kind of brush the snow off.
Yeah. As you brush the snow away, you reveal a corpse. A humanoid. It looks like they might have been an elf once. They are grayed, their skin stretched and almost mummified by the cold. Fingers missing, their mouth is chewed off. Open wounds, frozen in eternity. They are not wearing any clothes. They are just an elf sickle on the side of the road.
I'm gonna go over and say a little prayer.
Okay.
Dear Heavenly Kelmvor,
Oh, you're actually going to say the prayer.
please guide this spirit on to the next life, for
I
he has
actually-
been taken too soon.
I go up beside of him just to kind of
Please ensure that their spirit journeys to the afterlife safely and without difficulty. In your name, Kelmvor. Amen.
Amen.
Well, yes,
It's all right. It's frozen.
I could have told you this before you search naked corpse, but this is common practice.
What?
We will see.
What could have done this?
It is actually sacrifice in order to appease the one who gives us endless night. Hopefully she will bless us with the day if we continue to present her.
1, 2. Well, I hope she's appeased.
There was more back the way we came. I try not to point this
What?
out because I kind of knew this is what was coming. I did not want to bring down the mood, but this is common. How about we don't poke things with sticks and we don't investigate mysterious lumps of snow on our own. Also, thank you for trying to present a sacrifice to another god. This is going swimmingly. You are all terrible.
I did not say that they had to be guided to Kelmvor's
Hush!
afterlife.
Hush!
Ensuing somewhat awkward silence for the few moments after this interaction, you make your way without issue to the walled city of Bryn Shander. It's a large city. It stretches out. As it stretches out in front of you, some of you may find that you underestimated the size of this town. For this was the first town of the 10, the first town in Icewindale, and it has expanded as such. As you approach, a guard steps out from the shadows of a guardhouse and shouts, "Hold! Hold! State your purpose!" And looks over you until seeing Zoria and realizes that this is just another group of travelers and lets you in. All right.
Hiya, my name's Flynn. What's yours?
Jake. Hi.
Hi, Jake.
All right.
Do you get along well here?
We get along all right.
Come on.
It pays.
Oh, hold on. My guide's coming. Coming and going.
Good luck, Zoria.
Thank you.
And he steps back into the guardhouse. You turn towards the north path, and find yourself face to face with a group of 3 dog sleds pulled by a small cluster of people. You immediately note that the leader is much shorter than the rest of them and stockier, and that there's a man with them. Most of them are dressed in their full winter clothing and heavy hoods and furs, except for one. There's a man who is wearing a nice vest, shirt with his sleeves rolled up to his elbows, and is just kind of walking casually along with them, as if he is unbothered by the weather.
Flynn sees the dog sleds and is just thrilled. I want to do that. Look at that, guys. You seen anything like that?
Yes.
Never.
And I go up to try and pet one of the dogs.
Okay. As you do, the figure in the front goes, "Hi, no.
Hi, my name's Flynn.
No hi. Stay back.
What's yours?
I'm not No, just get away from my dogs. Get away from my dogs. Get away from my shipment.
Oh,
Glenn, come over here.
okay. Sorry.
Seems a bit serious about his work.
I think so. He's a bit preoccupied with his pups.
Sorry.
As you walk away, the man the nicely dressed man, kind of chuckles to himself, and he gestures at Flynn. And he's like, "Nice try, though." And as you turn to look at him, you're immediately caught by his piercing blue gaze. They are looked like maybe once that they were robin's egg blue, but now they have this almost unearthly glow to them. You feel as almost as if he's looking through you. He smiles and turns and follows the rest of the group.
Wow, that guy. What's his story?
I'd like to divine sense on that guy,
Okay.
or just in that area.
Yeah.
First of all, do I know this person or can I roll to see if I do?
Roll history.
Roll history.
And then for you,
Was it only Flynn that saw like the eyes being?
if anyone was looking, they would have seen the eyes.
I think everyone was probably
I was-
looking because I was
16.
kind of making a scene.
Yeah.
16.
Yeah.
You recognize him in passing.
Yeah.
But you recognize the group more than anything else. This is Torga Icevane and her shipping and sales fiasco. You know with that role that Torgs, as she calls it, is kind of a snake oil sales group.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of shadier materials but they travel around the 10 towns selling in place to place and then before moving on to the next. And you recognize this man as Sefik Caltro, her personal bodyguard. Passing them by, you make your way northwards towards the Northlook Inn. As you do, you pass a active blacksmith on your right, with a sign dangling overneath the open entrance that says Black Iron Blades. You hear the ting, ting, ting of hammers hard at work, and feel the warmth of the forge even from the street as you walk by. As you pass it, another small group approaches you from the north. A group of 3 dwarf-sized bundles of furs. 2 of them have large beards sticking out from underneath their scarves, but the leader does not. And as they approach, you can see that they are covered in snow and frost. Their furs are matted. One of them has a smear of blood on their arm, on the furs around their arm, and the center one waves to you. Says, "Oh, thank goodness. Excuse me. Can you please help us?"
Hello? What has happened to you?
Oh, so much. I just and as you're watching, you can see like especially the 2 men are heaving, their chests rising very heavily as if they have been running for some time. And the center one says, "Yes, my name's Haruna. I was leading a shipment of iron for Black Iron Blades, and we lost the shipment. And we desperately need somebody to go get it, but we fell on complications."
Oh. Black Iron Blades run by very nice dwarfs often get shipment. This is true. Sorry, you want us to help you? I'm just
Well,
leading these people
anyone.
over through the spires. I'll keep an eye out, though. I'm not sure.
Damn it! You aren't an adventuring group. You're just travelers.
I'm not one to leave anybody in need. I'll help.
Okay. Well, you know what? Either we aren't going to. We don't need it today. We can always set out tomorrow. Look, if you want to go try and find more people to come with you, or if anyone needs to think it over, we'll wait for you at Black Iron.
What kind of complications we talking about?
The big furry kind.
You know, why don't we get out of the cold? Why don't you guys come and have a drink with us at the inn?
Oh, I can do for a drink.
You can see the two male dwarves. Yeah, I'd like that.
That's the best idea I've heard.
And so they fall in line behind you guys, and you make your way to the inn. As you're walking up to the inn, kind of gathering stock of your surroundings, you see this very brightly lit, warm 2-story building in front of you. All the windows are lit. You can see the flickering of fire against the glass pane. You hear the sound of music coming from inside. As you're approaching, though, a human man steps to the door, carrying a dwarf by the scruff of his neck, and he throws him out into the snow. And he's like, "Get out of here, you piece of shit! Don't come back unless you're gonna pay." And he looks and he goes, "Oh, hey, Zarya.
Hello. How's business today?
Oh, it's pretty good when they actually want to pay. Come on in, get out of the cold. I see you brought me new patrons."
I sure did. This is Scrumsax. He is good to everyone who stay here until you have no more money to pay. You get booked. Yes. We all
What
pay.
if you don't exactly have money to enter?
You cannot stay here.
No, that's not entirely true. See, here's the thing. I know adventurers. I used to be one myself, and, well, not everybody has money all the time, right? Between adventurers, so we can just make you a tab.
I like that. This is a great place.
You threw him out for not having money.
Well, yes, because he had a tab and he didn't pay it.
What's the allotted time on this tab?
Well, it depends on how much you run up, but usually I give about a month.
Not bad.
Is that pretty good? This is my first time.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, first time, you say?
Yeah.
Come on in, get a drink. Have 3. As you guys make your way into the bar, you are immediately assaulted by the loud cheers of a group of gamblers off to one side. Another group is sitting at the bar talking and laughing. And as you look around, you see that this is like a rough and tumble kind of place, right? Like, it's not shady. You don't immediately feel as if you're in danger, but the people that come to the Northlook Inn are hardened. They are used to seeing the tundra and have probably seen their share of dungeons and dark places of the world. Flynn, as you are walking through the door, you hear a voice from behind you go, Hey kid, you want to hear a joke?"
What'd that come from? Oh, hello.
Roll perception.
A 2.
A 2. You can't seem to find the source of the voice.
Hello. Hello.
But it continues as, "Hey, what happened to the illiterate fisherman?
I don't know. What did happen?
He got lost at sea."
Ah.
And with as
I don't get it.
anyone who's standing by Flynn.
I see. All right, let me explain this for you. So, fishermen go out to sea where there's a whole shit ton of water, right? But he doesn't know how to spell, so he got lost because he misspelled sea, S-E-E.
I see.
Yeah, makes perfect sense when you think about it.
Flynn still doesn't get it. So he's gonna act like he does.
No, Nurgle doesn't either.
Well, no, because that's not the correct explanation. If anybody actually understands the joke, that's not the right explanation.
You hear the voice say, "That one's always cracking me up."
I hear the joke and I go straight to the bar.
Don't even look. Don't even turn to look.
I can't take that without
I go straight for the bar as
That
well.
was more difficult than the entire journey.
I'm gonna
TPK.
go to our
Right,
friend
okay.
the bartender.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask him a question. Hey, so I'm slipping into the wrong voice. Hey, buddy. So how do you feel about the classic BYOB policy?
He smiles and he's like, Oh, I love it. However, there is a 2 silver charge for every night that you bring it in.
All right. Now, how much would it take, or how hard would I have to work to talk you into maybe a little enterprising situation?
Do tell.
See, I've got this secret family recipe, and I produce a bottle of something from my layers, and then throw it down on the bar. And well, I don't exactly have a whole lot of equipment right now, but I'm working on it. But I think that, you know, maybe the two of us could have a deal. See, this stuff right here lit up that little boy.
It's really good.
See, he thinks it's good, and I don't think he's ever had a drink in his goddamn life.
It was really good. I'm warm.
This'll light you up faster than a firecracker up the rear, if you know what I mean.
I know what he means. Sorry. Go on, continue.
Hold on a second. You taking a firecracker up the rear?
You know, hasn't everybody?
Huh. Keeping that in mind.
You know, back hometown, my Wily Willow gang and me, we got into all sorts of kind of weird stuff, and it was very boredom there, very droll.
Well,
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
All right. Well, not to question what you have and have not had up your assholes. Let me get a sip.
all right, and I unscrew it and produce my own glass, and pour a little for him and slide it over.
Okay. He takes a sip, and
Does he smash it?
he sits there, and he holds out his glass for another one.
I
He
pour him
says-
another one.
And he knocks it back.
He says, "This is crushable."
This is right crushable.
Now, I'm afraid that that right there was my last drop. So,
Well, my God, son, what? I said. Well, why'd you give me the last one, mate?
well, I figured a little bit of business and I could make some more, if you know what I mean.
That was some right good stuff. What do you need?
I'm gonna need just like a little corner of your space, maybe in the basement, to let my brew curate for short periods of time, and then it's yours to sell so long as I get a cut.
He thinks about it. Roll persuasion.
Here.
With advantage,
Oh, hell yeah.
because he rolled a nat 20 on the taste test.
Oh, nice. Different. That is going to be a 11.
Okay. All right. And so he thinks about it. He goes, how about 10%?
He said he wants 10%.
Mhm.
You are okay. Yeah. That'll do just fine.
All right, you can have a corner. And he kind of like looks around for me. He's like, I'm gonna have to go clean it out though. And as, when he clicks, you see 2 rats scurry across the bar and down a set of stairs that you had only kind of noticed in passing before.
Yeah.
I mean, all right, they'll get it cleaned out for you. Don't worry about it. You can have a corner down there. The 3 dwarves that have stripped out of their winter gear, you can now see that they are heavily frostbitten, both now and in the past. One of the men is missing the right part of his nose. Haruna is missing her left ear. Various, and they're scarred and clearly have seen their fair share of weathering. But they grab their drinks, and they grab a seat at the table, and they just kind of wait patiently for you to approach them.
Zoria gets her drink and forms a group huddle. Listen, friends. All right. I just want you all here so we can talk for just a minute, okay? Listen, I have a reputation in this town that must be upheld. I heard you do dealings. I hear you run off. I know that stuff is going on. This cannot happen while you're around me if you don't make good on deals.
I am
And
perfectly
no
good on my
running off.
deals, especially if they involve alcohol.
All right. Then this can happen. Are you prepared to go fight things? You look tough. You look tough. I don't know.
Why, thank you.
I'm tough.
So I have like a
I'm
mace
tough.
and a shield and like pretty decent armor.
Or just
Okay.
stares at
You
you
look
for a
pretty
second.
tough.
But like my face is kind of funny looking, for sure.
Well, also, I've heard your voice and seen you drink a lot of alcohol, so I'm not
Yeah.
sure what side you lay on. Who knows? I don't know what to think about you yet, okay?
Milady, you don't understand. I am the leader of the wily Willow Gang from Secumba. I have traveled very far and am ready to do what I must for the Queen.
From what you've told us, that place was kind of calm.
I don't think I've heard of Secumba before.
Oh no,
You
small
never-
one.
You never heard of the wily Willow Gang?
You have
Yeah.
never seen the horrors. Oh my. Okay. Well, if you think you're ready, let's go.
I'm familiar.
You think I'm tough, right?
I've never believed in anyone more than I believe in you.
That's what I like to hear. This one knows what he's talking about.
Okay.
I don't think he believed in
I
anyone.
would like to help dwarves.
myself.
I just wanted to make sure that you are prepared.
You look back to the dwarves, and Haruna is saying like, all right, great. So you're going to help, yes?
Yes.
Okay, well, good. I can pay. We're going to pay. If you can bring us the shipment, obviously we can't get paid in full for shipping it if we didn't bring it. So, I could provide a gemstone to each of you worth 50 gold. That's how much we are going to sell them back for in the next town. So we can pass some along to you. And you know, of course, with how many dwarves there are in 10 towns, it would be beneficial to have dwarven friends. If you could help us.
This is true. I do appreciate all dwarf friends. So, yes, we would be happy to help you. I just had to make sure they know what they're getting into. Yes, you have seen the horrors, Aruna.
Oh God, yes. Yes, in fact, I may have mentioned that there was a big furry problem. Ungbak was our dear friend. We left him because our shipment was attacked by a yeti, and well, it got him by the foot, and we ran. So I don't think
One yeti?
he made it. Yeah, just one. But you know, one yeti is scary when you are just all you have is a sled and iron and ice picks.
Can I roll for history to figure out if I know anything about yetis?
Yeah.
18.
Okay.
Fucking Yeti expert over here.
I know. Just fun fact, he read up on Yetis.
Well
Yeah.
read. I actually am well read. That's like the one thing I've got.
So in your studies of mythology, you find that and bestiology, you find that
Not bestiality.
not
I want to
bestiality.
be clear with that.
your personal study of bestiality.
Right after the firecracker.
Yeah. You remember seeing something about originally referred to as abominable snowmen, and things like Bigfoots or Big Feet, depending on where you were, that were believed to be mythical until explorers traveling high in the mountains found these vaguely humanoid ape-like creatures that were very hungry and angry. So you do recognize this creature.
The Yeti's no joke. They're big and hungry and angry.
Yes, that is true. There's also usually more than one, so we be prepared, yes?
Do they travel in packs? Like,
Sometimes.
okay.
Sometimes it depends on where they are. Up in the tundra, in the flat tundras, they tend to be more solitary. In the mountains where travel is more difficult and they have to be smarter about their hunting, they do tend to be in packs. So it just depends on where you are.
So just to be
You
clear,
read a very detailed book.
yeah, I did. So just to be clear, was there 1 Yeti, 2 Yeti, 3 Yeti?
But there was just one that we saw.
Heck.
What?
We're playing Yeti Ball? Y'all ever played Yeti Ball?
I love Yeti Ball. Let's play Yeti Ball.
Yeah, we just gotta go skin a Yeti.
My God, I don't even need the Goldie Ball. I just want the Yeti skin, so we can play Yeti Ball.
She's like, all right. I mean, if you don't want the gold,
No. I want the glove, but that's not the main.
Right. Okay.
That's
okay.
not the main thing.
All right.
What is happening?
Hey, is Yeti Ball a
Down
thing?
drink. I have never
Can
heard.
we need to make up some rules so he can play. 'Cause he's real excited about it, and I was just joking.
This,
Exciting.
this is all on you, Swamp One.
Yeah,
I think he'll probably make up his own rules.
Yeti Ball.
You might be right about that one.
Bruno kind of looks between you. Like, all right. Well, if you are serious about wanting to help, we were coming from Kevin's Cairn. It's just north of here, north and a bit east, and she kind of points in the general direction of the northern gate.
So northeast.
So
Okay.
northeast, yeah. If you can get the
East of North.
if you can bring the shipment back to Black Iron Blades, we'll wait for you there. That would be wonderful. But and she kind of looks at you and she's like, but you really do need snowshoes if you want to go faster. Scramsack, and he's like, yeah, what? All right, fine. And you realize now that he was eavesdropping the whole time because
Yeah.
he might be
Yeah,
figuring out when you can pay your rent. And he kind of and the two rats come scurrying up from the basement and look at him. And he's like, snowshoes, go, and they and scramble back downstairs.
They're not really rats. Did you guys know that?
Yes, small one. It is okay.
Picked
What
up
are
on
they?
it. They're like little fairy demon things, scorpion tails.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're.
Sorry, continue.
As,
Sorry, God.
a few minutes later, you hear this scraping sound and look over, and a small pile of snowshoes just like plop up at the top of the stairs, and you see like a vague shape scurry back down, and the Scramsax goes over and picks it up and he hands it to me and goes, I'll put it on your tab. And Haruna's like, please, really, you can't just do us a favor, look at us. And you're, all right, I'll extend your tab. And he walks back over to the bar.
I turned to her. I'm like, that's a good deal, right?
Yeah, I
Except
guess.
that we don't know how much he just put on our tab.
Well, no, he'll put it on mine. He would have told. He's a shithead, but at least he's honest. He would have told you if it was going on yours. He's just going to charge me for all of them, which is fine. It's fine.
This is true.
Is there snowshoes that are halfling size?
They clearly weren't made for halflings, but you could tighten the straps down. You're just going to look kind of like a duck.
Perfect.
So it was a little awkward when you put them on.
These were definitely meant for dwarves.
As you guys are sitting around kind of finishing up your drinks, you stop and you listen to the music and listen to the people around you and feel this sort of adventurous spirit overwhelming you. And you take a moment to enjoy it. And then it is shattered as from above where you, Torek, recognize the staying rooms to be, a shriek pierces down through the air. And Scramsax whips around and takes off towards the staircase. You get to the top and you see Scramsax holding a woman by the shoulders, a human woman, and in front of her there's a open door into one of the rooms, and she is sobbing and clearly shaken.
I'm gonna move past into the room.
You moved in the room.
I just wanted somebody to say "Scram Sacks." Sorry, that wouldn't be my character, but I just wanted somebody to.
So you enter the room, and you see it to like a lodging very similar to your own, with a small wash basin and a couple of stools and a bed. On the bed there is a dead human man, very very dead.
How did this happen?
The woman on the floor. I don't know. I just found him like this. He's just. I just came. I had gone down to get, gone to the shop to get some supplies. We were gonna leave tomorrow, and I came back to this. However, as you guys are peering at the body, Scramsax steps up to the door, and just. You don't need to do that. I know exactly who it fucking is.
Well, you
Yes.
could have stepped in anytime.
Who
Well, I
is
didn't
it?
see it until just now. Look, all right. You know what? I'm fucking done with this. This is the third patron I've lost to this shit. Cephalic Caltro needs to die. Yeah, he comes in here. All right. Every single time Torx comes through town, just because I have the nicest bar, somebody ends up dead. And I'm tired of it.
Where does he stay when he comes through town?
Nobody really knows. He comes through here to get drunk, but then he leaves.
What,
The rest of her crew tends to stay here, though.
what makes you think it was him, Scramson?
I fucking know it was him. He says it like he doesn't hide the fact. The problem is the gods won't do anything about it.
You mean like Jake?
Is his crew downstairs? now?
Who is Jake?
The-
And
The god outside. You said the god. So Jake doesn't do anything
Right.
about it?
we have more than one god, mate.
Is he not the head?
Clearly, he hasn't done anything about it. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a dead body in my bedroom.
Damn it, Jake. I've got to go talk to him.
No, they were here earlier today, but they left, which is part of why I fucking know it was him this time.
Well, we saw him out there, but I don't think he's entered the bar since we've arrived.
You, and he points to the woman, and he's like, how long were you gone? And she's like, I don't know, a few hours maybe? I got distracted. I went to
Oh, well,
ye old Target.
never mind about what I said then.
We know what direction he was going in when we arrived. So,
He's with the dogs.
right. We could track the dogs.
They're a little hard to miss.
And the sled leaves good tracks.
Is it snowing?
Oh,
think
I mean, it's kind of always
buddy.
snowing here, mate. But look, the point is, I'm tired of this shit. If you can kill him, don't get the gods involved. They'll just let him go. But if you can take this piece of shit down, I'll give you free room and board and 150 gold. Okay.
We must be friends.
So you guys, going to?
We're gonna go out into it, and we're gonna look for like the sled dogs. We're gonna go back to where the sledding dogs were and see if we can find their tracks.
If nobody else wants to do anything before you get there, when you guys close within 60 feet, you call upon your power again, and you see, you feel that same cold and wetness, and evil.
That's them.
What?
I voiced that out loud. That is the party we're looking for. That's them.
Cold and evil, huh? I don't think I like him.
I don't voice the cold and evil part. I just voice that is them.
Well, should we go say hi?
I think we should.
Among other things.
Perhaps
Should I go say hi?
you do not do talking this time, small one, yes?
Oh, okay.
Thank
Okay, if
you.
you think that's best, that's fine.
Remember the stabbing.
The stabbing.
Maybe you should say hi.
He
Start a
is
fight.
at least threatening.
Hey, let's not go
Exactly.
go stab him before we know exactly what's
More
going on.
likely to talk to the least threatening.
I can say hi. You guys want me to say hi now?
We'll be close
Let's
behind.
get closer. Let's get a little closer, but then
Let's
yeah.
just wait.
Okay, okay.
Right. Are you going to move up ahead, or are you guys approaching them together?
Who's leading?
I'm leading.
All right, so I'm right behind her.
Nurgle and Zoria would be
Yeah.
leading
Yeah.
right now
Yeah.
because they're the ones who found the tracks.
I'm right behind her because I was like following in her footsteps, literally.
I'm rear guard right now.
I think that we're currently approaching as a group.
Okay. As you approach, you can see through the haze of snow, and you see that same group of humanoid figures all bundled up, and then you do see Sephic, the man you now recognize, his saunter kind of drawing your attention to him, even before you can see the lack of clothing.
As we approach, I'm gonna lay a hand on Zoria and say, I'm gonna let you do the talking. I feel like since you know these people, it might behoove us to use that expertise. And I'm going to use guidance. So I touch one willing creature. Once before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one ability check of its choice. It can roll the die before or after making the ability check. The spell then ends.
Bardic inspiration, basically.
Effectively.
Right?
Effectively.
Okay.
Thank you for not just shouting guidance before she makes a roll.
Oh, yeah, for real.
Guidance!
So guidance for up to 1 minute.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, great. So use it on whatever first check I
Yeah,
get.
and I do have to have concentration. So
Yeah.
Okay. No is a relative term, but we shall see. So, are they like in a campsite or
No, they're still moving.
they're like moving?
mhm.
Okay, all right.
But you are catching up to them.
Well, then I will call out, "Hail and well met."
The rear guard, which is two of these bundled humanoids, and Sephic, all kind of turn their heads, and one of the other humanoids goes, "Hail!" And then they turn and start to walk again.
Where are you headed?
At this point, Sephic kind of like looks behind him and stops, and the other two look at him, and he kind of like shrugs, and they keep going.
Did
maybe
you?
they didn't hear you. I'm going to use Thaumaturgy and amplify her voice. Actually, sorry, I can only do my voice. So
yeah.
I'm going to say, "Hey man, where are you going? we just want to ask you a couple questions."
Go on.
Sephic, he's standing, he kind of grins. He's like, "No, I heard you. We are currently headed to Goodmead and then Dugan's Hole. Why do you ask?"
Well, we got a little problem back in town that there's a little suspicion laid upon you, so we just wanted to confer with you a little bit before moving upon any plan of action.
He kind of grins. And he goes, "A problem? What kind of problem?"
I poke my head out behind, like from behind Zoria.
I say, "Hey, Mr. Blue Eyes, you didn't kill anyone, right?"
He goes, "I may have.
Like recently?
Maybe. Why?"
Well, killing. I heard. I don't know. Mom always said killing's bad.
Killing is bad. Flynn's right. Most of the time.
So is your problem the killing, or was the problem killed?
Well, see, there was a real nice lady, and her husband was found dead, and we just want to. Did you do it?
Do what?
The dead part.
Roll persuasion.
Wow.
He's a fine investigator.
You know?
14.
14? Yeah, I removed your problem for you.
Problem? But she was such a nice lady. I don't understand.
Let's hear it out.
Well, it was the husband, but
Well, yeah, but maybe she was nice, and maybe he was
You
nice.
said you removed problem. What problem?
I removed the wrenches thrown into the system. When there are problems in the machine, you want to appease your god so towns like this one have a lottery. But if you cheat out of that lottery, I think you deserve to be sacrificed too.
This is problem.
Flynn has no idea what's
okay.
happening.
1 second.
I am.
I think
1 second.
I'm new here, but it
He,
sounds like you're taking a lot of liberties.
Sacrificed someone
Okay,
a little
okay.
unwillingly.
So listen,
I believe
listen,
That's called murder.
listen.
Save it for the court.
You remember the lumps of snow we passed into town? Yes.
Yes.
Naked elf with chunk missing. Yes.
He knows.
Nope. Don't remember.
Well,
I recall.
it's not just that they'll pick someone. There is lottery for everyone who live in town to appease the goddess. If you are picked, you are forced out into tundra to suffer the fate of the wilderness. I don't say this is right, and I do not think that this should be, but this is how it happens. So our friend here, it appears that this husband had been picked, which is while they were leaving. And he escaped fate, if you will. So confer that with your god.
Who picks these people?
It lottery system.
Lotteries are chance.
It's like
So I could be picked?
No.
you're not
names
a
out of a hat.
citizen. Essentially, yes. I mean, it's very large chalice, really, but yes.
I was about to say that's probably a really big hat.
Doesn't have to be a hat.
Per se.
Just a container.
Canon, it's a big hat.
It is very large hat.
It's a dragon
from
hat.
Who wears
old-
this hat when it's not being used for lotteries?
Very old wizard, actually.
All right. I suppose that all checks out.
Wait, so do you think that Scramsack knew about the lottery?
Oh, Scramsack, yes, definitely knows about lottery.
Well, why would he have a problem about the lottery happening?
I think it's more people get killed in his establishment, unfortunately.
Lottery or not, you can't just be stabbing people in inns and taking it upon yourself to call it a sacrifice.
He looks at you specifically, and those blue eyes lock on yours, and you feel a wave of cold.
Little does he know, my eyes are also blue.
You can't see him through the helmet.
Mine are also just
Yeah. You feel a bit of, you feel cold all of a sudden, and he says, "Oh, and I'm sure you get to decide who gets to live and die, yeah? I'm no better or worse than you, or any of you."
I like to think I'm better than both of you.
It's an argument for another day.
I'm making a point to make sure that people don't die. So if you're going around ensuring that they do, I think we've got an inherent problem.
Isn't your god the god of death?
Death of natural causes.
I mean, cold is pretty natural cause, no?
I was put here naturally.
Cold is natural cause, however, forcing cold upon someone against the natural will of the world, I don't think that qualifies as natural anymore.
I think we're all on the same page. You committed murder, and murder's a crime, and you got to answer for it.
Oh.
Well, if we are to assume that you're upholding the natural culture here, why the secrecy? And why
It's
does the
no
innkeeper-
secret. I walk in there, I kill somebody, and then I walk out, and nobody stops me.
Seems like there should be a judicial system for this kind of thing.
I'm sorry, mysterious one. This is Icewindale. It's cold. There's no need for law and order. You survive or not.
He shrugs. He says, "Sure, there's technically a judge and a jury, but I'm doing the God's work. Good luck getting that one passed."
I'm afraid our gods are at odds then.
Yeah, mine too.
Only one god realm reigns here, so I'm gonna go on to the next town and keep doing my duty. Unless somebody wants to try to stop me.
I think that is, in fact, directly what we are implying.
We did stop you. We stopped you.
You have stopped. We are talking, and I think combat is probably
I
about to
did
begin.
not. Hold on, I was ready for this, y'all. I was like, I have to agree with my compatriots here, and I cast Shillelagh on my big stick.
Okay.
Shillelagh.
At this point, roll for initiative.
Fuck yeah.
We're about to fight something that we shouldn't be fighting.
Hey, look at my initiative.
All right, we've got everybody's initiative ready.
Yep.
Thank you so
All right.
much, guys. See you before me.
Okay.
So you guys are about 30 feet away from him right now, 25 to 30 feet away from him, depending on where you were in the group. The first to go are actually his crewmates. They just keep walking. They look back at him. They kind of like one of them. You see one of them cock their head, and Cephik looks back and he does the bro nod, right? The upwards nod. Yeah. And they just keep going.
Do we have anything on
No.
on
the map.
Roll20 yet?
No,
Okay.
no, not for this one.
All right.
They walk off ahead. And then that brings us to Flynn, Mr. Flinster.
Actually, he has higher dexterity because we both got 18.
Oh yeah, you're tied. So yeah, if he's got higher dice, whoever's got higher dice goes first.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's 30 feet away, you said?
Yep, 30 feet.
Okay. I'm going to run up straight to him,
Okay.
and I'm just going to whip out my short sword. And I'm going to kind of do like a light jutsu thing.
Yeah.
And
I like
just
it.
like attack as I draw it.
Perfect. Okay, roll an attack.
Alright. 7.
7. You run up, you whip your blade out, and you feel the clean removal from the sheath as it arcs upwards, right into where his chest should have been. And with a deft sidestep, he pivots with you, and you the sword slides right past through the air.
I disengage and run away back to town out of embarrassment. But no.
He has.
Would you like to bonus action disengage?
So I used all my movement to
Mhm.
get there. So
Gotcha.
I have no movement left to disengage.
Yeah.
So I think I'll just sit tight.
Sit tight. Okay.
Soak your shame up.
Yeah.
Soaking it.
This is how Soren died. Just so we're
Yeah.
guys know.
Flynn, it is your go.
That was really cool.
I say,
pretend
I
not
say
to
to
do
Soren.
You'll get him next time. So the queen just taught me this one. Fairy fire.
And I use fairy fire on
Is that
on the foe.
is that a ranged attack or is that dex save?
It is ranged, so it's 60 feet and a 20-foot cube.
So I will also have to make
Yeah,
a save.
yeah. So he is also going to have to save.
Yep. So any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined in light if it fails a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
And so for the duration, the objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius.
Gotcha. But it doesn't deal damage.
It does not deal damage.
Okay, gotcha.
But it does have a bonus if they fail their saves.
So dex save.
Yep.
What is your save DC?
12.
Nat 20.
You're lying.
I am not lying. Those dice are good. I like that dice set.
Yikes, spikes.
Soren, you're looking kind of bright over there.
11.
All right, so any attack
11.
roll,
Just me.
any attack roll against an affected creature has advantage if the attacker can see it, and the affected creature or object can't benefit from being invisible.
Okay.
Okay.
Splendid couple of turns.
Yep.
This is looking really nice, guys.
Oh.
So it is Cephic's turn.
Okay.
Give me one. Okay.
Soren just gets deleted.
All right. So you watch as Sefik looks at Soren and he says, "That was a good try." And he pulls his left hand back over his head, and you watch as the air and the snow coalesce into a short sword of pure ice. And he brings it down upon your shoulders. For
AC 14.
14. Okay. That is 16 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. So you take 6 points of 6 points of piercing damage. Hang on.
And that's it.
But don't worry, there's more.
There's always
But
more.
wait.
And slashing damage.
Sweet.
And 4 points of frost damage.
Well, that's Xaxes. So I am unconscious.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
You watch as he brings the blade down. It slashes across Soren's chest, and he falls back into the snow, unconscious. Sefik then whips his head up, looks directly at Flynn. A good try to you as well, but children can't hope to touch a god. And he is going.
I hate this guy so much.
And
I just,
he whips his right hand forwards,
this
and
guy.
a shard of ice comes flying directly at you.
Duck Flynn.
Which is a 24 to hit.
Oh, it misses.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, it hits.
I don't think anyone
That does 5 points of piercing damage
keeps rolling.
and 5 points of frost damage.
Oh, that's Xaxes.
This dude is a god.
Is it my turn?
Not yet. The shard of ice slams into Flynn's clavicle, and he falls back into the snow as his vision fades. And Sefik looks up at the rest of you and says, "As much as I would love to be brought down by a group of meddling kids, not today." And then he's going to use his movement to walk away and follow his crew.
Can't wait. Scooby-Doo does.
At this point, if you would like to continue trying to force to attack him, it is now Zoria's turn. Or we can break combat and you can just work on healing your fallen party members.
I go pick up Soren and Flynn, and we're carrying them back.
Okay.
Just like over your back.
Yeah, I've just picked you both up.
Are
I'm
you-
gonna look at Torek. Like, well, this wasn't exactly going how I was hoping it would.
We just get him later.
It's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
We'll put this one on the long
We'll
list.
get you next time.
This is
Don't worry.
overall story mission.
As Sefik is walking away, you hear through the snow, "Come on back if you ever want to try again."
We will. Don't you worry. We'll be right back in a moment.
Flynn responds with bleh.
So I'm gonna
The fish back in town.
Yeah.
I'm going to run up to our two fallen companions and use Spare the Dying on both of them
Okay.
to restore them to stable at 0 HP.
Still unconscious.
You're still unconscious, but not
you are
dying.
not gonna
dying.
bleed out.
I'm gonna lay on hands, each one of you, for one. So you're back up.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
Nice.
great.
To one health.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna catch these hands and take 1 health.
Did you cast a spell, or can you just do it as a cantrip for 1 health? That was a curious wording.
Sorry, it is a spell. It's an action.
Okay, you
per-
just rolled badly.
No, it's not a roll. It's
Okay.
just I
Oh,
have an
interesting.
allotment of points. At
Gotcha.
this point, it's 5. So
Nice.
2 of those 5 points. have
Okay,
been
nice.
In combat, it's a bonus action.
In combat, it's an action.
Oh.
So you guys both come back and find yourself laying in the snow.
So,
No, I picked them up.
so
Yeah,
so
yeah.
cold.
You find yourself
You find
over
yourself
Zoria's shoulders.
Being held by a large woman.
Oh wait, are you baby cradling him? You're not.
I'm sure she could probably baby cradle the halfling.
I think I baby
like-
cradled the halfling and threw him on my.
Perfect.
I look up at Zoria like,
Mom? Mom, is that you?
No.
It could be.
I'm going to carry them both back into town, though. They
Yeah.
don't really get much of a choice.
Yep. You make your way back through the town into the gates.
Just let me die.
Not today, Moen.
as you walk by, you see the guard like, "Oh, you're back. That's
I nod.
nice.
I nod.
Have a nice day."
Thanks, man.
Bye,
Shut
Gwendolyn.
up.
what was the female guard's name?
Miranda.
Miranda.
Thanks, Miranda.
By Gwyneth.
Gwendolyn.
Gwyneth, very different name.
My name's still Miranda.
It's not my name, but bye then. As you guys traipse back into town with a new sense of humility and a couple of new wounds. We'll take a break.
Welcome to
Frost
Welcome to the Rime of the Frost Maiden.